will be learning about how to clean up blood and body fluid spills of different sizes, along with how to properly use our biohazard containers. Before we get started with our procedures on how to clean up spills, let's go over what we can find in our spill cleanup kit. In every lab, you should find a spill cleanup kit. It should look something like this. It'll be labeled. Inside, you'll find all the things you need to clean up a spill. You have a splash-resistant gown, a roll of paper towels, a face mask with an eye shield, a broom and dustpan, material to soak up any fluid and make it into a solid form to be able to sweep it up easier, tongs to clean up any sharp objects or broken glass, booties to put on your shoes to protect your shoes from the spill that is on the floor, gloves, and sanitized wipes to clean up after you've cleaned up all the material. One last wipe down of the area. And a biohazard bag to place everything in when you're done. We have three main biohazard containers in the lab. The first container that we have is a biohazard bag. You would not want to put anything sharp into this container. The second that we have is a table side sharps container. You'll use this for the majority of all of your phlebotomy procedures and other lab procedures where you're using something sharp. And the last container that we have in the lab is a larger sharps container that you would put larger objects in, like tubes of blood or broken glass, slides that you've used under the microscope. And as we go through this video, we'll go through what types of materials can go into each container. I just got done drawing blood from my patient. I've gotten a little bit of blood on my chucks. There's a little bit of blood on my gauze and a band-aid here that's soiled with a tad of blood. I'm going to activate my safety on my needle. I'm going to place it into my sharps container. And something that's very important to keep in mind with this type of sharps container is that there will be a line on here indicating when it's full. When your sharps container is full, you want to activate the locks that are automatically built into the sharps container, and you want to place your full sharps container where your instructor has advised you to place it. Now, all of this, since it's just a few drops of blood, can be wrapped up carefully into itself, rolled up, and placed into the garbage can. If working with blood or body fluid, you happen to spill your specimen on your chucks, you just simply pick up your rack and your tube, move it off to the side, and cover your spilt specimen with 1 to 10 bleach solution. You would let it sit for 10 minutes. Now that we've waited our 10 minutes, and the bleach and our blood or body fluid is all absorbed into our chucks, you simply just fold this up so all of your spilt specimen is on the inside. Carefully roll it up and simply put this in the garbage can. In this example, our tube of blood spilt on the countertop. If this happens while you're working with blood or body fluid and you don't have an absorbent mat underneath or absorbent pad underneath your spill, you pick up your tube that spilt, you go to your spill kit, get your paper towels out of your spill kit, place a paper towel directly over the spill, and then you would take your bleach solution of 1 to 10 solution of bleach, and you would wet your paper towel that you put over the spill. You would let this sit for 10 minutes. Once it's all absorbed onto your paper towel and your bleach has sat on your spill for 10 minutes, with gloves on of course, you just clean up the spill like this, and you place this into the biohazard container. Next, there's some remnants of the spill here. You'd want to take your wipes that your lab provides, and you'd want to clean the area that you spilled your blood or body fluid. You'd want to clean over that spot at least twice with 2 different wipes. So I'll set that one aside and take a new wipe and clean over the same area again. An important reminder is not to dry your area with a dry paper towel or a dry cloth. Part of the drying process is killing the potential bacteria. If you have an incident where you're working with blood or body fluid and in a glass container and the container falls and shatters, you'd want to cover your spilled area with 1 to 10 bleach solution. And you want to thoroughly cover the area that is spilt. Now you don't want to touch your glass with your bare hands, so we're going to grab our spill kit and get our tongs to pick up the bigger chunks that are in our spill. Out of my spill kit, I got my tongs and I'm going to pick up the big pieces of glass that are in this spill area, and I'm going to place these into my sharps container. And then I'm going to take kitty litter or whatever absorbent material is in your spill container. And I'm gonna let that absorb up the liquid. Okay, now that our kitty litter has absorbed up our spill, we're going to grab a biohazard bag, and we'll write on the biohazard bag the date of today's date and the contents. So in this case, we'd say blood, kitty litter, and broken glass. And I'm just going to open this up. So that I can dump my contents in there. And your environmental services person in your department would come by and pick up your broken glass that's separated into its own biohazard bag. So you just want to let them know that you have something to pick up and they dispose of it correctly. As with any other spill, once you've cleaned up your area, you need to disinfect it. And you'd want to go over the area twice. And that is how to clean up 3 different types of spills safely and effectively.